purpose of my art is to create public discourse, so people can come together, discuss issues, and feel free to express themselves.
On Wednesday, the world will sink to a new level of evil. There will be an unveiling of a painting depicting Barack Hussein Obama as the Christ Messiah. The painting, entitled The Truth, done by artist Michael D'Antonio, is Obama appearing much like Jesus Christ did on the cross. This Wednesday, evil will be put on display for all to worship. This is blasphemy, and it shall not stand.
The president wearing a crown of thorns in messianic imagery. The artist was going to unveil this tomorrow in New York's Union Square, but it's been canceled, quote, due to overwhelming public outrage. I don't buy that, I'm sorry. That's NYU. Oh, like the students at NYU are like, I don't know. That does kind of mock the Christ.
The truth. I wonder nowadays who's telling me the truth, so I can identify with that. And all I see is politicians doing the same thing. Hey! I don't believe them half the time.
He is wearing a crown of thorns, so he is making sacrifices. But I think he is, I think he may be filling shoes that are too big for him. I think people should let him be who he is and what he needs to do in this country instead of beating him. All right, and that's what's going to happen. Is that you're going to have a crowd that's going to support him, like Christ did, and you're going to have a crowd that is going to just nail him to a cross.
The flack that this guy got for this painting was so intense and so large. There was email flack, there was some protests planned. I mean, this guy got a lot of shit for what he was about to do, and he chose not to do it. And we'll talk to him in just a second. Let me understand correctly. You put out an announcement that you were going to unveil this painting in Union Square as a presentation to honor Obama's 100th day in office. And they showed an image of your painting in the paper, and you started getting the emails.
Yeah.
How many did you get?
I got over 3,000 so far. The overwhelming 98% were very upset on a religious level, and they were, calling it blasphemy. And I mean, I don't apologize for, for showing it, creating it, and showing it, but I really didn't mean to disrespect people's religion. It's meant as a political piece. I wanted to show how everybody's interpretations of the truth are so shaped by their political view. I mean, it's purely a political piece, and the religious aspects are metaphoric and symbolic. I had interpretations where he's lifting the black veil over the presidency, where he's creating transparency in government. Other people said that maybe he's closing the curtain and he's governing all by himself, shutting out the conservatives.
So people went to town with it.
I think Obama is the first postmodern president in that he's trying to represent both sides of each issue. He always addresses on the one hand, on the other hand, and then the overall point of view. And so he's being caught in the middle of this meat grinder, and I think it's an interesting portrayal of the dynamic between the president and the press.
This seems to portray the difference between Democratic and Republican, and how Obama seems to be in the middle, different perspectives, and it just shows, just by looking at the glasses, how they're not willing to cooperate with one another, but they're really just only focus on what they believe in, what benefits them.
This is a very, very inspiring series. I'm very much, I very much like wind and solar power. I feel like these are some of the gateways, as well as using alternative forms of transportation.
I think we're not even touching the tip of the iceberg as far as what we need to do. It's just, even Obama, I think he's just incredibly cautious.
When it's scary, when it's hard, when there's difficulty, then people speak up. Artists especially, it seems.
I think the media, the picture Murder by Media explains a lot of thoughts I've been having about the media. I don't believe the media gives truth to this world at all. I believe that that if you want to find out the truth, something you have to find out yourself, not watch it on a screen.
I hate the media, and I really do. I hate the news, and everything good that happens, they have to overkill. Anything bad, they just turn it into something that doesn't even matter. And I think this one really captures that sense.
I think that the liberal media goes just as far to the left as the allegedly Fox goes to the right. So my reaction is, if you want to get discourse, you've got it, but usually, as usual, it's over the top and I think exaggerated greatly, like a lot of the stuff going on in the media today.
I watch Fox News every morning. I live in Costa Rica, and that's all I'm able to view. And they really have an opinion of the exact opposite of what I believe. So if you can take it from there, we'll see where the world goes.
From looking at the picture of On Balance reminds me of Ted Turner removing the Fox News channel from his Time Warner cable network because it disagrees with his politics, because he is a liberal and refuses to hear another side of the argument.
I have seen Fox News and I see it's very unbalanced and they're very much out for blood, whatever they do. They don't take opinions, they just say what they want to say. And I mean, it's not fair to whoever they're talking about, because it makes people who watch it think, oh, this is what everyone thinks, so this is how it is.
I would say that my mom would absolutely hate this work. She watches Fox News every day, and she takes everything that it says to heart. But it's really interesting, because if someone who's liberal says that they don't agree with something that Fox News says, then it's just an attack by the liberal media on Fox News, who's like an innocent TV station.
Here you have a Vietnam person homeless on the street asking for any kind of donation, and here you have some guy in a business suit, head in his hands, crying, and the Vietnam vet's got his hand on the businessman's shoulder. It's a little bit ironic because it'd be people like that in the business suit walking by those Vietnam vets every single day.
I've been trying to figure out how do they thought that they was going to keep laying off tens of thousands of people and expect the economy to keep up. There's no way.
There is no guarantee for anything anymore. There's no guarantees about life. There's no guarantees about pension. There's no guarantees about medical. The only guarantee you have is that you're going to die someday. That's the only guarantee you got left.
You have Jesus Christ on a cross, and he is absolutely appalled and shocked to see violence in his Father's house. I think the church is everything but what he stands for. And if you have gunfire and hatred and violence, and still considering yourself Christian, I think you better look into other resources.
I think that's very, very insulting to the Catholic Church and to a human being to have a gun in front of you for crucifix when you should be spiritually minded and saying prayers instead of pulling a gun in the church. I think it's an awful thing. I think it should be taken off the wall. It's a disgrace.
Everyone is like hitting right nail on the head, and it makes me feel that the more visual responses that people see, sometimes and hopefully, whether you believe in it or not, you're going to question what is going on in the visual. It's what art is supposed to do in terms of shock. It's supposed to get us to question and then hopefully to move.
Point is that people are expressing themselves, and it did get people to actually come out of their shells and talk to one another. Trying to provoke and spark discourse and have people actually talk about the issues to each other, discuss them intelligently, and let their voices be heard, how they feel, and that's what this art does, and that's what this exhibit does, and I think we'll all learn a lot from it.